Welcome back, everyone. So we have seen the list comprehension. We have seen the list comprehension for normal for loops, for if statements, and for if and else statements. We can do similar kind of comprehensions in case of dictionaries as well. So dictionaries and sets as well. So let's begin the video, and in this video we'll see that how dictionary and set comprehension can be done in a very simple way. Let's get started. So what I can do is I have simply we can start from a problem. My problem is that I have a given saturation water 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. What I want to do is if I have to create a list comprehension, if I have to create a list of hydrocarbon saturation, what I could do was that saturation of hydrocarbon, and I will simply write this 1 minus I, inside a list 1 minus I for I in what is my list saturation water, and simply I'll print this SAT underscore hydrocarbon. This will give me a nice list of my hydrocarbon saturation corresponding to each value of saturation water. But now this time what I want is I want to, instead of creating a list, I want to go for a creation of dictionary, because here I don't know that what this 0.9 represents, right? If I were to write a dictionary, in dictionary if I say I can write a key that is my 0.1, and in front of 0.1 if I write 0.9, so this will give me a better idea. That's okay, this 0.1 is my saturation of water, and this 0.9 is the value of this key that is that represents the hydrocarbon saturation, right? So now let's we can again simply create a dictionary by long method, but I will now jump on to the comprehension way. So let's say this time my saturation hydrocarbon is my dictionary name. So I create an empty dictionary. Now obviously in dictionaries there are keys and values. So we'll start from values so you can understand it better. Now what my value will be 1 minus I if I'm running a loop in my list for saturation water. So for I in SAT underscore W. Correct, no harm in this. And what my key will be, obviously let's say I. So my first, if I'm running, see, understand it this way, I'm running in loop in this my list SAT underscore W. So first my I is 0.1, so here my key becomes 0.1, and in front of this key its value will become 1 minus 0.1, that is 9. Then I becomes 0.2, so my key becomes 0.2 and this becomes 0.8, right? So similarly it will go on and go on, and if I print my SAT underscore HC, you can see it is giving me a nice dictionary that in front of 0.1 water saturation I am getting 0.9, in front of 0.2 water saturation I am getting 0.8. But also there are a lot of numbers, right? So it is looking messy. What I can do is I can simply, instead of writing I here, I'll make use of string formatting. What I'll do is I'll write hydrocarbon saturation for, now here I'll write I water saturation is. Now let's see the results. Now see, it has been beautifully written that hydrocarbon saturation for 0.1 water saturation is 0.9, and now the key becomes hydrocarbon saturation for 0.2 water saturation is 0.8. So this is how a dictionary is giving you more user friendly outputs, and this is how you can create a dictionary using comprehension methods, dictionary comprehension methods, right? So you can see that format is also very similar. Format is similar to list comprehensions, right? List comprehensions, but we have just added a key, right? We have just added a key here. Nothing has been changed apart from that. Format is very similar to list comprehension. Now let us do another example. What I have a list of porosity. I want to create a dictionary of fractions. So first let's create a list of fractions of these porosities by using list comprehension method. What I'll do is I'll write pur frac and then I'll write an empty list. What I want is I by 100 for I in POR, and if I print this POR frac, this will give me a nice list of fraction of porosities. Now again, I don't remember that, I don't know that what this point one is representing in if it is a list. So I'll go for a dictionary. How can I create a dictionary? Simply just first create a empty dictionary. First of all, write the values. What the value is? I by 100 for I in my list name porosity. What the value is? Value I want I. Now this time if I print POR underscore frac, it will give me a nice dictionary. Now again, it can be confused at what is 10, what is 12. So I'll just change it to normally I2. I'll make use of string formatting. I'll say that fraction of porosity, this I'll take now I, this I'll take percent is. Now if you see the dictionary, you can see that it is given that fraction of porosity 10% is 0.1. So it looks much better, right? Fraction of porosity 12% is 0.12, and similarly it will go on and go on. Now let's go for another example for a dictionary. Let's say now I have a variable name which is taking an input from user that please enter your name. Now what I want to do is that I have to count the number of characters in a string and create a dictionary, very nice dictionary for that. So what I'll do is I'll write here counter. Here I'll create dictionary. Here I write but in which format I want is that in the key I will just enter the name of character of my, and in the all the characters of my name, and after that how much character is that repeating. So first writing the values. So what I do is my list name will be name, right? So name, I want to count in my variable name, right? Name dot count I for I in name, and what I want in key is that name of that I, right? So my character name I. Now if I print counter, now let me run this code. It is asking me my name. So if I enter my name as, let's say, Mohit, so it is giving me that M is one time, O is one time, H is one time, I is one time, T is one time. If I change my name to, let's say, Shashank, okay, so S is repeating 2 times, H is 2 times, A is 2 times, and N is 2 times, and K is 1 time. This is how a dictionary works. I hope you have understood this code. What I have done is, it is doing is it is simply running a for loop inside this variable name. So this variable now is Shashank, right? So in Shashank I am running a loop. So first time when I run a loop, my I becomes S, so my key becomes S, right? And now name dot count S, so it means it will be count the number of time S is coming in my variable name. So simply it is doing for all the characters. So this is how you do it, create a dictionary. Now if one more thing is, if I write Shashank Singh, let's say, I want to also entered a space this time. You can also see that it is also including giving me a count of a space, how many space is there. And yes, all the alphabets, all the characters are given only one time, because when you repeat a key several times, it will be overadded by the latest entry. So it is simply showing me that S, it is not showing me that this S is one time, this S is one time, and like that. It is just simply showing me all the counts of S. Great. Now let us do dictionary comprehension with if else statement. Again, the format will be very much similar to list comprehension, will be exactly same. We'll just add a key as an addition to dictionary comprehension. What I want to do is, if I have already done this example in previous videos as well. What we have done was we just created the value of even and odd for each of the inputs. So this 10 will represent me. I'll do it again. Permeability new, say, let's say it will give me even if my I divided by 2 is equals to 0, else I'll give me, it will give me odd when it will give me that for loop for I in PERM. Now if I print my PERM underscore new, see, but this time also I don't know that what is the representation of even can be anything, right? I have to see the list here also. I want a dictionary in which I get a result like that. It gives me in front of 10 only that 10 is even, 14 is even, 25 is odd, like that. So I'll create a dictionary. PERM underscore new is my empty dictionary first of all, and then you see now you have to write the value, right? Similar, you will write the same thing you write in list comprehension. You will write here even if my I modulo 2 is equals to 0. Now else I'll write odd for I in PERM, right? This is my value. Now the key, whatever you want to write key, you can simply write I as well. Now if I print PERM underscore new, sorry, PERM underscore new, do it that way. You see, so 10 is even, 14 is even, 20 is even, 25 is odd. So this is how you do dictionary comprehension with if else statements. Everything was same as it is of list comprehension, but what we did was we just added a key here. Great. Now let's move on to set comprehension. Again, I have written down it for you that same format is there, but also no key is here. So instead of, let's say, if we're doing list comprehension like this, like I for I in some list, any list, let's say 1. So this was this will give me a list, but now if I want to do a set, you can simply write here only. You'll write the same thing here for I in list underscore 1. So everything will be same. Everything will be same. Let's see the example. So let's create a set where all the items in a list are reversed if they are strings. If they are strings. Okay, first of all, see this, I have to create a set, right? So I'll just name my variable name set1. I'll simply put in right now, no key, no values, because there is no concept of key and value inside set. I'll just simply write inside this curly brackets. What I'll write is, now I have to use if statement there, because you will understand why. I'll write the code. What I have to do is reverse any order. So how do we reverse that? If my element is I, if any string is I, so I have told you that this is a by default method in Python to make it reverse. So I'll do that. It will make a reverse. It will give me my result. When it will give me my result, for I in list underscore 1, and it will give me results only for if my type of I is str, right? Because this, if only string, it will, we can only just reverse the string. We cannot reverse a integer in Python, right? There is no concept like that. Print, if I print my set underscore 1, you can see that 246 has been converted to 642. Petroleum has been converted in a reverse order. Everything has been converted instead of this, because it is an integer. Now why integer cannot be converted cannot be inverted? Because it actually happens with only iterables. Iterables means I have also told you that string can be reversed, list can also be inversed. So list and tuples are both are in iterables. We can iterate over time. We can run a loop over them. So that's why we are doing the thing here. So this is all about dictionary and set comprehension, guys. In next videos, in next few videos, I'll again come back to function. I've told you that I'll come back to function in later videos. So there are a few more important concepts which I need to teach you. So I'll see you there. Thank you for joining.